8 more lots than what actually in the beginning it was 10 more lots. It was 29 lots, more than the 19. Then I could afford to spend a considerable amount of money on things that would help the neighborhood off of my property. One, by building a sidewalk that went down, Caldwell Mill here, and allowed people to walk out of their houses and get onto the sidewalk. Number 2 is to build a bridge across the creek and tie into these sidewalks to where people that lived on that side of the creek could walk out their doors, get on a sidewalk, and walk all the way to this park, walk all the way to Publix, all the way to the Lifetime, wherever it is you want to go. And I thought that was a pretty big benefit to the people over there with the cost of having only 10 more houses. I'll let Brooks in a minute speak to the house cost, but it's to my knowledge that the houses will start at $500,000 and go up to probably $650,000. After talking to a few of the residents and they were concerned about the density, the original plan I had with 29 lots was all 70-foot lots. And so I went back and changed the lots that front on Five Oaks to be 90-foot wide lots, which they're zoned 100-foot lots across the street right there. There's a few 100-foot lots right across the street over there. And made these larger and kept these the same and ended up with 27 lots. So what I'm asking you as a neighborhood to support, and I understand that everybody's not going to want to do it, that some of you don't have an interest in it, but I'm asking you as a neighborhood to support is to think about, is it worth having 8 more houses to have a sidewalk that comes down the road, a bridge that comes across, and I've also offered to donate $50,000 to the church to build a pavilion or any other type of amenity in the park that would help the value of the park. So I can see some of you shaking your heads, but that's what I've offered. I thought it would be beneficial. I think it would improve the values of the houses that are able to come out and get on the sidewalk and walk there now, because you can't currently do it. I know it would improve the lifestyle of those houses. For 8 more lots, it seems like a pretty good trade-off to me. Here are some renderings of the houses, and I'll let Brooks come up here and talk to you about the type houses he would be building in the neighborhood, and so forth.
Thanks, Connor.
Can you speak straight down?
Okay. All right. Appreciate. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all having me tonight and spending your time out here. So, a little bit of history about Harris Doyle Homes, just before we start talking about the actual houses, and a little history about me. I'm a second-generation builder-developer, so is my business partner, Russ Doyle. I actually grew up not too far from here, down in Indian Springs, and used to travel this road a lot like Connor. I used to travel this road all through childhood and really have all my life. And for the last 7 years, we've had our offices over here by Slice Pizza across from Patchwork. And so I really do feel like Connor, somewhat a part of this neighborhood as well as you do. And we want to make sure we maintain the integrity of it going forward with this development. We started our business, Harris Doyle Homes, in 2008, right in the middle of the recession, and have grown it ever since then, and have since built 4 neighborhoods in the city of Vestavia. And so Steelmont being the first one, Altadena Ridge not far from here, and then we have Helen Ridge that's underway near the Sacred Hollow Road pump station, and then we're also building in Liberty Park. So we have a lot of experience building in this community, in the city of Vestavia, and then also building the type of houses that we plan to build here. And Connor's right, 500 to 650 is the price point that we're targeting. We found that that's a very effective price point for the city of Vestavia Hills, and we've had a lot of success with these floor plans in our other communities. And so you'll see that we have an offering. Oh, is it down here? Yeah, right here. Yeah, so we built these plans, like I said, in several of these other communities that I've mentioned, and they'll, typically all 4 sides brick, and they're going to be around 2,200 square feet at the very minimum, all the way up to about 3,800 square feet or 4,000 at the largest. And again, price points from 5 to 650.
Can you put that up in the chair so we can see it?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I think almost all of these plans are 4-bedroom floor plans, 2-car garages with some have 3-car options, and we have one I think that is that's a 3-bedroom, but most everything is 4. Trying to think what else I can say about them. And, that's about it. I mean, like I said, we've had a lot of success with the floor plans in our other communities, so we know that they work, we know that they sell, and we know that they maintain their value, and I think that's all important for this community.
Just a couple more things about the development. If you'll see the plan here, we are able to, when you're sitting right here, we'll be able to maintain the tree line along the back along the creek right here. Just wanted to point that out. And
How wide is that buffer?
yeah, it's wider in different areas, but you got to know your houses will be up here on the street, and we can keep trees in the backyards of these houses where it gets close. And then that's probably 100 feet right there, something like that. And then if this detention pond has to come all the way back here, we can plant new trees along the side of the detention pond right there and try to keep as many as we can keep in that stretch down on that end of it. It's required by any city or county that you develop in, you're required to do a design to where the water coming onto the property is leaving the property slower after development than it is before development. So David's an engineer and he does all of the water studies and designs the detention ponds and designs all the storm pipes, all that kind of stuff. And David would design a system there that after every house is built, every road's in, the water will leave that property slower than it's leaving the property right now. And all that is reviewed by the city of Vestavia's engineer. They have to approve that. And before we can go out here and take down a tree, they have to approve all of that to be done.
Question time?
Sure.
Thank you guys so much for that. I know we have a lot of questions here. We're going to try to keep it orderly. So if you don't mind, I'd like to ask for the people who have questions to come up and go ahead and speak to the group with your question. Use this little pink microphone, and then we'll let either the builder or the developer respond. I do have a list of some questions that the neighborhood has already shared with me. If you'll humor me, I can kind of rapid fire go through a few of these real quick, and then we'll let everybody else come up and ask all the rest. Is that good? Okay. So I have questions for the developer first, and then I have questions for the builder. So you get a break. Okay. So one of the questions is, some people are thinking about a neighborhood park where you're planning the development. Would you be open to selling the lot? And if so, as is, and if so, for how much undeveloped?
I'm in business to make a living. I'm sure there's a price that I would sell it at. Brooks probably wouldn't be too happy about that. He wants to build houses. But I'd have to think about a number, and I'd give you a number that I would sell it for. I don't want to spit out a number off the top of my head without thinking about that.
That's fair. Do you want to get like a day, a week, just
Sure, yeah, a week's fine.
a week? Okay, great.
I'll see how much Brooke will pay me for it, and then I'll call you guys. I'm joking.
Hey, it's America.
No, I'm joking.
How much of the